Hello, my name is Noah Robinson. I'm going to be showing you the SmartPokedex. Let's get this started. Takes a couple seconds to start up. Alright, here we go. So if you don't know what a Pokedex is, I'm about to show you. But let's see, this thing's a little better than a normal Pokedex because we got the Pokedex function here. And we have a couple of extra functions that I'm about to show you in a second. So first, let's go to the Pokedex. If you're not familiar with Pokedexes or Pokemon, this is just a large list, basically, you could say, of Pokemon. And it has profiles on each and every one of them. So it has their types, their different stats, and their possible abilities, and a little sprite of them. You can do this with any of the Pokemon, and it will give you the same kind of information for all of them. There's also a search function up here. Let's go Mudkip. So you type in a string and it'll return to you any Pokemon that has that string in its name. You can also do the same with numbers. If I just wanted to press 7, so return to me every Pokemon with number 7 in their ID code. Alright, let's move on to matchup. This is where the actual functionality of the program comes in. So we're going to pick a Pokemon. Let's just stick with Charizard. I like Charizard. And what matchup is going to do is, as soon as I press this matchup button, it's going to return a Pokemon to me that is strong against Charizard in a battle. So it would have a type advantage, which means it has to be a water type, an electric type, a ground type, or a rock type. And so we're going to press matchup, and it decided to return a rock ground type, which is very good. Golem will definitely be able to take out Charizard because of the flying type. Because of the fire type. Okay, let's show you Team Builder. Team Builder is similar to the previous function, except a lot bigger. And these Pokemon aren't actually there. I just like Charjabug, so I like to use them as a placeholder. Alright, so what we can do is select a Pokemon. I'm going to choose Charizard again. And you have two options at this point. You can select more Pokemon. So there's the option to select more. I could just choose Sandslash. And then at this point, or at any point when you want to stop choosing your own Pokemon, you can press this Finish Team. And what this is going to do is it's going to compile the weaknesses and strengths of all the Pokemon that you have here. So basically it took Charizard and Sandslash, got their weaknesses together, and saw what Pokemon would be strong against those weaknesses, and then chose this Pokemon, Leaveney, based on the Pokemon that could beat the Pokemon that might beat them. This process continues where the program sums up the weaknesses of the current team and adds a team member that would be able to help combat the Pokemon that could beat those weaknesses. Alright, so this is a good team. We're going to save this team. And we're going to name this team 5 o'clock somewhere. Why not? It's 5 o'clock here. Actually, I think it's past that. Alright, so we save that team. And you can see that team is in here. Let's just click on that. It'll bring that back up. And just in case you wanted to name it something else, you could do a different name, and you can actually, let's see, Tem. You can have multiple teams with the same kind of Pokemon in it, but what you cannot have is, let's clear team, and I'll show you a different one just to prove it. So we're going to finish this team here. Alright, this is a generated team. We're going to try to save it to Tem. See, what we have right here is a pop-up window. It's going to ask you if you actually want to rewrite Tem. Now, if you decide to rewrite Tem, it's going to take all the Pokemon that were in your team before out of it in the database and put all of these new ones in. So we're going to click yes. And you can get rid of that thing. Via teams. going to be Tem. Also, just in case you are skeptical, it does save the actual team. What you can also do, since you can view these teams, at the very bottom there's a delete button. And since we just made 5 o'clock somewhere and that name's way too long, let's get rid of that. On the delete, you have to know what you're doing. If you delete something, it's gone. There's no pop-up window for that one because there's a very obvious button down here and you're not going to press that on accident. Alright, now that I've shown you this, let me show you what's happening in the back end when we do these kinds of things. Alright, for that last one that I was just showing you, here's how we get these teams here. Those teams are saved into this table here that has the team name, which we grab from team, and it has Pokemon IDs that we grab from the Pokemon table. Puts those together, and we get 6 apiece for each team. So Tem, that's Venusaur, and these are the other members of Tem. We have a couple other teams here, Meme and Nugget, wonderfully named teams. So let's show you Type A and Type D are both very similar. They are a grid laid out, and they are used for the matchup function. For this would be the type that is attacking and a type that they're attacking against, and it tells you what the effectiveness of it would be. So, for example, a bug type would be effective against a dark, so it has a 1. Likewise, in Type D, a bug type defending against a fire or flying type would not go well, so we have a -1. Alright, that is the back end and also the front end of my project. I hope you enjoyed SmartPokedex, and this is Noah Robinson.